How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. Audio summary brought to you by Breaking Barriers Training. Stop worrying about the past or the future. To learn the most from this classic, read the core principles. Then, consider how to use them. After that, apply them whenever there's a chance. Keep a journal telling where and when you use them. Most importantly, analyze the progress regularly. Think of ways to improve how you use these principles. Some core precepts which will help you stop worrying are: put the past in the past and focus on the present. Most times when you're worried, you think of the past. And then, you blame yourself for things that went wrong. But, if you can apply this principle, you may remove many tensions. Like writer Thomas Carlyle said, don't see what's present dimly at some distance. Rather, do what's there in your hand. Do not become anxious about the future. Another cause of worry is thinking of the future. Yes, it's crucial to plan for the future. But, don't get anxious about it. Understand that good thinking does cause and effect analysis. And, then it results in logical and positive planning. Focus on what you can do in the present. To stop worrying about the future or past, start living in today. Remember, today is the most valuable thing. It's our only guaranteed possession. Think of the worst that may happen. And, then get ready for that. Another way of avoiding worrying is analyzing the situation. Then, see what's the worst thing that may happen. After that, prepare yourself to accept the situation. At the same time, divert your energy and time to improve the worst. And, this worst you've already agreed in your mind. This is a useful approach as it releases energy from the mind. Hence, when you embrace the worst, there's nothing else to lose. This means there's only to gain now. Such thought will keep you relaxed. Hence, do all that you can to improve the situation. Then move on. What worry can do to you. You may also stop worrying by knowing the risks of worry itself. A primary cause of worry is fear. If you worry, you get nervous and tense. Hence, worrying impacts your physical functioning. It can cause ulcers and illness. Mayo Clinic did a study on business executives. The findings showed that 1/3 of participants had 3 diseases linked to stress. These were high blood pressure, heart disease, and ulcers. Hence, worrying is very harmful to health. Keep reminding yourself of how worry can cost you. Your life will be extended if you worry less. Get the facts and decide what to do. You'll also worry less if you review an issue. This way you can fix the situation. The first step is getting the facts right. Next, is to examine the facts. Lastly, arrive at a decision and act upon it. When you have the facts, you can do something about the issue. In the absence of facts, you'll roam around in confusion. In contrast, get the facts in a fair way. And then your worries will go away. Another way of getting facts reasonably is to imagine you're gathering information for another person. This way you'll think less emotionally. Try collecting facts for both ends of the issue. For example, a lawyer will collect facts to analyze a case's weaknesses and strengths. It also helps in writing down what your exact worries are. Then, determine what to do and start. Make your staff use this technique. This will help decrease the issues they bring to you. For example, when keeping a problem-solving meet, ask the staff to do their analysis. Ask them to think about the problem and how to fix it. They must find themselves 3 things. First, what's the issue? Second, what are its causes? Third, what are the possible answers? And fourth, what solutions should I give? When employees do this, they'll find answers. This will make them take the actions themselves. Hence, they'll not need your guidance. Techniques to break the worry habit. Remove worries by getting busy with some other thing. Human mind can't think so many things at the same time. Hence, you can't be happy about something and be worried at the same time. Thinking of what you like to will cloud your tensions. This is the reason why occupational therapy is useful for people having anxiety. It involves their mind somewhere else and distracts it from worries. So, stay busy to avoid worrying. Don't bother yourself over small things. You may end up getting tensed unnecessarily about minor matters. Such small jolts to your self-esteem are not needed. Hence, if you want mental peace, don't mind trivial things. Avoid them as the law does. This is stated in the popular legal saying de minimis non curat lex. It means the law doesn't bother itself with trifles. Hence, shift your focus, so your mind is on essential things. Don't let yourself be sad over small things you must forget. Remind yourself that life is very short to be upset over such things. Join forces with the inevitable. There's no sense fighting against something which will happen. Instead, you should accept what indeed will happen. And then, you should act to take the best out of it. Because, if you resist, then only you'll end up hurting. Yes, fight hard if there's something you can do to change the situation. But, if you can't, then let it go and move on. The law of averages. By the law of averages, your tensions don't have much reason. Thinking of this law will help you avoid taking tensions. It's because you'll understand that so many things you're worried about never happen. Mostly, all our tensions and worries come from what we imagine. There's little reality to it. Hence, be more practical about your concerns. Question yourself, what are the actual chances of something happening? And, if the answer is unlikely, there's no need to worry about it. Stop loss over principle. Apply the principle of stop loss order to your tensions. For example, you plan to meet someone, but that person isn't on time. So, don't wait and get upset. Instead, inform him or in advance that you plan to wait for a specific time only. And then, leave when that waiting time is over. Through this, you decide beforehand how much energy and time you plan to spend. Don't waste any more energy or time after that point. Avoid sowing sawdust. This principle asks you to put old mistakes behind you. Move on. Review your past mistakes to learn from them. But, don't stick to them or regret them. In other words, there's no point crying over spilled milk. Worrying over things of the past means you're trying to sow sawdust. This is a total waste of time. Ways to change your attitude. Apart from taking steps to avoid worrying, you also need to change your mindset. This is because we are what our thoughts are. Hence, to worry less and shape your life, pick the right thoughts. This means keeping a positive attitude and not a negative one. Yes, have concerns about your problems. But, don't get tense about them. Allow your positive mindset to help you take useful steps to solve the issues. Being positive can have incredible effects. If you change your thoughts, you may remove fear, worry, and other illnesses. Even the Bible stresses the importance of keeping a positive mindset. Only making up your attitude could be tough to change your emotions and feelings. But, you can do this if you change your actions. Such actions will influence your thoughts. For example, if you act the signs of being happy, you'll feel satisfied. It's physically not possible to stay unhappy if you're acting happily. In simple terms, act happy, and you'll feel happy. Every day is a new life to a wise man. Other keys to gaining peace and happiness. Some other ways to gain a more optimistic attitude include: avoid getting even or taking revenge if someone wronged you. It's because hating your enemies only gives them more power. Instead, ignore them and don't think about them. As General Eisenhower said, don't waste second thinking of people you hate. Don't expect that others will be grateful. It's because humans often don't remember showing gratitude. It's more of a surprise when they're grateful. Instead, give for the pleasure of giving. Never count your problems. Instead, always count your blessing. This means focusing on the right and good things in your life. You'll find that almost 90% of your life is going well. So, why focus on the rest of 10%? Focus on being who you are. Avoid trying to become someone else. Each person is unique. So, regardless of the situations, be yourself. Don't copy others. Instead, find and stick to your real self. Use prayer, no matter what your religious background is. This will help keep you inspired. Prayer will help you give voice to what's troubling you. You'll feel as if you're sharing your problems and aren't alone. Hence, you'll get a new sense of energy to solve your troubles. If life gives you a lemon, make a lemonade. In simple terms, think of the lessons you could learn from a tough situation. For example, a farmer's farm was infested with snakes. He discovered that by canning the snake's meat, he could offer a unique item. Thus, he earned a fortune from his problem. Same way, consider how you can turn threats into opportunities. Think of how you can make a profit from losses. Many people who began life with significant handicaps became great achievers as they overcame their weaknesses.